Hi, my name is Adewale Yusuf. I'm the founder and CEO of Techpoint. We are a media company focused on tech, startup, and entrepreneurship in Africa and Nigeria. I've been in technology, blogging, writing for like 7 to 8 years. I'm a photographer as well, so I love technology. And I decided to write about it because I was working with a startup, and when the startup later packed up, I came back one day and I discovered nobody was actually doing what we want, what I would love to read, what I would love to see, democratizing information for everyone. So yeah, that's how we started tech. I was once a programmer, I was once a developer and photographer, still a photographer. So our mission was and is still simple, still the same mission. We want to democratize information. We want to take tech mainstream. That's what we want to. We want technology not to be an alien language, but for everybody to be talking about it, for everybody to be part of it, every young Nigerian and every young African person can talk about technology, can bring their idea to life, and there could be light on that idea. So that's really simple, and that's what we've been doing. So when we started, a friend of mine actually gave me some money, which was very, very little money compared to anything we do then. Then we were running it, we started generating revenue. The company was surviving on revenue. And in 2016, we got some angel money, some money, and since then it's been revenue. It's been generating revenue, using it to grow the company, using the revenue we generate, the money we generate, investing it back in the company and the growth. So yeah, there are different challenges you will face when you're starting a startup. For example, you're entering a new market. The acceptance of the market was one of a big challenge to us. For startup to say, for the environment, especially when you're in a market that's not mature, because 3 years to 4 years ago when we started, 3 years plus, the startup community, the technology wasn't this booming, wasn't this right then. It was just few people doing it, but we entered that market that period. So it was really challenging, getting people excited about things, getting the right story, getting money coming in. I mean, the funding, now we are doing report on different funding every quarter. We could kind of like 3 startups doing well that time. There were no more than 3 to 4 startups. And they are the likes of Jumia, Konga, Iroko. So that was a challenge. And talent again was a challenge. Sometimes, maybe funding at the beginning until we actually discover our revenue model. You know, when you're starting a startup, it's hard to discover your actually working revenue model. Your business model is really very hard. So those are the major challenges. And I think it's just the normal challenges every startup will face and they are facing at the beginning. We're just able to push through. Worst time pushing through them, sometimes, in Nigeria, I always tell people, sometimes you need to have something that is bigger than you, which is sometimes some people it can be faith, some people it can be just thinking back why you started. Because there are times like I actually thought I couldn't push through and I thought everything is just going down, like this is the end. I remember one day I didn't go to work and I was at home and I was like, I'm going to come back to work on Monday, tell the guys, let's go on, there's nothing, this thing we are doing, it's a mistake, the startup is not going to go. It's just one person that just called for the business, like, we want to do something like that. And that actually changed my entire ways of thinking, because entrepreneurship is just zigzag life. I mean, it's way and down. You can be high now and you can be low later. Eventually, the person didn't come through to do the business, but at least that gave me just the little adrenaline to move to the next level. So how I push through sometimes, I just believe aggressively, I believe blindly in what we are doing, and that really encouraged me even when it's low during those periods. But now at least things are different, so you know that it's a do and it's a must do thing. the most challenging part of my job is actually replying an email sometimes, because when you are replying an email, it's very easy to reply email, as simple as that might sound, but you have to really think, what is the receiver at the other end? What is the person going to think? This person wants to do business. Maybe you have to tell someone no. You need to be strategic with this. And you get to a stage, you discover that everything you say, everything you do, everything you send actually means something. So that's one of the challenging parts. And whenever I open my mails, I see like 40, 50 mails I have to reply to daily, day and night. And I think that's one of the most challenging ones. We don't have a staff, we have a team. So we started, I was alone. Someone joined me, then we were 2, then we grew to be 3, grew to be 5, then we grew to be 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. We're time is 16 now. So that's how we just grew. It was just one person. You started with your laptop, then you grew to 2. The core value of being an entrepreneur for me is the experience. You understand? You wake up daily, you're wiser, you're stronger, you see things differently, and you can manage emotions better. So the experience is the most important thing. And I always encourage people that entrepreneurship is a seed, and you are the seed of the entrepreneurship. So because you get better, you learn. That's the core value for me, and it's the most important thing for me. It's not the money, it's not the feeling good sometimes, but just that experience. So the experience that prepared me, it's not just one experience, it was part of me. When I was much younger, when I was in secondary school and all, I discovered that I live a life that I don't join a group. There's bullying in schools. You can't bully me, I don't bully people. So I'm kind of isolated on my own. I'm a lone ranger on the park. So I discovered that that's how I want to be, and sometimes people join me. So that thing has been inside me. Whatever I want to do, I just make sure I do it. Whatever I want to do, I don't join the crowd sometimes. So that has actually built me to know how to start something, even when it's not working out, even when people are not praising you, when you're not receiving the reward you're supposed to receive, or you should be able to stand and move, yes, and lead the pack. So I think that's one experience that actually prepared me. I laid my hands on different stuff before I pick a career, because there is big difference between jobs and career, or whatever you do and your career, you just discover later. My career is actually visual storytelling, which started when I was much younger, but I didn't know. For example, when I was very young, when I was much younger, I sketched in school, primary school, secondary school. I don't really think, I'm not good with names, but I'm very good with visual. If I see someone once, in the next 10, 20 years, I will remember that person. So that led me to photography later in life. Then that led me to what we are doing, because when we started, we used images to win the market. We won the big market with images because people just want to see what's going on behind the story and the video sometimes. So that really helped me. That career path really helped my entire life, because now when I look at something, I just love them to be arranged. I love the visual to be aligned. I love to see in lines. I see things in lines. When this is not here, why should it be here? Why should this be here? And so that helped my personal life to make sure, if there is a frame on the wall that is not well arranged, I won't go to bed. If you want to kill me, just tell me not to touch that thing. So it really helped my brain. Now I understand how my brain really works better. I'm able to think in lines. I'm able to apply it to what I do as well. So yeah, the visual storytelling and the visual expression really helped my life. Tech is one industry that you can't be static. Everything is changing. So what we do every day, we change, we self-destruct ourselves. we question what we do. If we have good results yesterday, that doesn't mean we shouldn't have better one tomorrow. So we question ourselves and we review what we do every time. We look at the data, are we doing, what are the patterns. So self-disruption is the most important thing that keeping us in this industry, and we are unlearning what we've learned to learn new things. So learning is key here. Everybody must learn. You must not be static. Whatever you do, there's no I too know, I know everything. So questioning everything, and that's what this job is really about. So that's how we stay relevant, and we believe as things change, we are evolving, keep evolving. To be honest, I don't think we've achieved the success we are trying to do because it's a global company we're trying to build, starting from Nigeria, the headquarters. But at least we had to be grateful at every step. So first, God really helped, because sometimes when you do something, it's not what you do that gives the outcome sometimes. It's just the blessing on it. And so yes, God is key. Then secondly is my team. They are the most important thing. See, they are the one working. If you look around, they are working, they're doing different stuff. I'm not the one doing it. Sometimes I just take credit for what they're doing. But so I attribute it to their humility, to their commitment. And yeah, one thing we get to know here is there's no bad PR. So if you criticize us, then we need to be better in something. So yeah, we always work on it. And when you do something and there's no really, but some, especially when it comes to Nigeria, some people don't know how to criticize. So if you criticize us from a very good way that is not biased, because that's what we do. So we welcome criticism, and we go back to our own room and we change things, we work on whatever the person is criticizing, but we always work on it. But if it's not if it's biased, we look beyond it, like, okay, this person is just looking for an attention, and we let it go. The future is awesome. Technology is the future of everything. Everything is going to be technology powered. There's Internet of Things, there's artificial intelligence, there's robots. Everything is going to be technology powered. So yeah, the future looks exciting and terrified. I mean, sometimes I'm terrified of the future because things are getting really crazy and very fast. The speed and the rate that things are really going with technology advancement, especially this fourth industrial revolution, it's scary, and sometimes the future is scary but exciting. The advantage of being a Nigerian in Nigeria and being a youth in Nigeria first, this is the only place you don't need to live an average life. That you can do something about not living an average life. I've traveled out of Nigeria and out of the Africa as a continent as well. And I see that there's no way, there's structure in places that you can't even go beyond average as that place. But in here, as a Nigerian, you can live beyond being an average. That's the first thing. And the second one is the opportunity the youth have now. Our parents, they didn't have that because they are not living in the digital age. We are living in a age where someone like me, just from Ibadan, can just start a company here and everybody's talking, and your company can be a global company because of the power of internet. So the youth have the internet and everything. You can have access to the education that someone in the US, someone in the UK, someone in Sweden is having access to right now based on just internet. There's YouTube, there's Coursera, there are different types. So that's the big opportunity of being Nigeria, and the internet is getting better. And for the first time, being the leader of tomorrow, I mean, we can really be a leader, maybe not in political arena because our grandfathers are leading that. So we maybe in just technology and business economy. If I'm to rule the country for a month, the first thing I would do is I would build a lot of prisons. Maybe not a month, because we are not disciplined. Some things we always think the government is actually our biggest problem, but we are more of a problem than the government, because when you see people just driving on the road the way they drive, when you see people that don't, the lot of bribery and corruption going in corporate organization, sometimes more than the government. So what I would try to change, so the prison one is just a joke, but what I would try to change is I would try to make sure some policy are aligned first to actually to protect entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs are, the economies are built on entrepreneurs. To protect entrepreneurs, to actually, there are a lot of policy we need to put in places, and we need to put policy to enforce the law enforcement, because there are a lot of policy people are doing, but they are not being enforced. Even the people that are supposed to enforce it, they don't even know the law. So those are things, area I think we need a lot of changes in, and we need to be really active in. The advice I have for anyone starting up a business is integrity is key. Believe in what you do. Don't be too emotionally attached. Learn from data, know when to let go, and keep pushing. Hi, my name is Adewale Yusuf. I'm the founder and CEO of Techpoint. I am the story of the Nigerian youth.